You know, I was enjoying my Thanksgiving break, but the elites in power had a different gift in mind for the very merry Thanksgiving, and they expect all of us quote unquote peasants to be thankful for it. That's right. The European Parliament passes a bill for mandatory digital ID, and it gets way worse because I have never seen, since covering this censorship, internet censorship nonsense, I have never seen such an attack on online anonymity as I have seen in the past 2 days. It is ridiculous. Europe's political class just took another leap towards a system of mandatory digital identification for the general public after passing a sweeping new bill in the European Parliament. That's right. The European Union elites want to literally suppress you, want to censor you, monitor your movement, your location, your chat history, everything, all underneath the guise of protect. Guess what? You know it. Protect the kids. And they want to do this while also making sure that you have to submit your biometric data every single month just to go on the internet. And they do not just want this for the EU. They want this for the USA and every single Western civilization. So buckle up, boys, because it's going to get worse. UK communication regulators just rolled out a new online safety framework urging tech companies to suppress so-called misogynistic content. Under the plan, platforms would be pushed to throttle posts, censor feeds, and scan uploads, all in the name of protecting women. I thought we were through with this. It screams equality whenever they have to literally censor everyone's speech just to protect you. Okay, that is not equality. Equality is, it's fairness for all, not protection for one side and suppression of the other. You have to admit it. Okay, even Ofcom admits the measures target legal speech and may violate privacy because they don't care about privacy. They never did. Once these moderation systems are built, they don't stop at one kind of harm. They become the machinery of state-backed censorship, quietly narrowing what the public can say online. Free societies do not need regulators deciding which opinions are safe to express. And they're completely right. But in reality, the only opinion that they actually want to suppress is you, the people. This is not a left or a right issue at all. It's not a man against woman issue at all like they're trying to make it. This is not about protecting you from being offended online. This is simply about censoring government dissent, okay? If you have a problem with what your government is doing, they simply want to be able to suppress you in an instant. There is a reason why in America, the First Amendment is the freedom of speech, okay? It literally goes First Amendment. That is the first one. And second is the right to bear arms against a tyrannical government. And it is to protect the First Amendment. But they continue to step on this daily. Windows 11 will allow AI apps to access your personal files or folders via File Explorer integration. If you didn't hate Windows 11 enough, you sure do now. Windows 11 is testing a new feature that lets apps like Claude and Monis AI access your files on your PC through the File Explorer. They do not believe in any amount of privacy at all because you are the data mine. You are the money mine. You are the new gold-backed dollar, okay? Your information to them is literally more important than money, okay? It really is. But of course, they will continue to try to infiltrate upon that. They will literally continue to try to liberate you from your own amendments, from your own freedoms, from your own privacy and anonymity. They're going to protect you from all of it, from yourself, and they are now going to monitor your private chats to do that. The EU reportedly plans to pass the controversial chat control legislation without discussing behind closed doors. Matt Martin somehow reports this on X. That is ridiculous. They have brought back private chat scanning on everything. Instagram, Facebook, Discord, private DMs. This is what they have always wanted. They literally want to be able to scan every message you have ever sent. But guess what, boys? They couldn't pass it as mandatory, so now they're doing it as voluntarily. And yeah, we all know how those voluntarily checks go, where you literally have to agree to all updates before you can even use the app or the internet. And they're going to do that again with this. It's ridiculous. Yeah, CCP elections, EU elections, same. Literally same. The EU just voted to advance a child protection bill that builds a digital ID system for the entire internet. Every user re-verified, every login tracked, anonymity ends, surveillance begins, free speech cannot survive a world that demands ID to speak. And he's absolutely right. It is ridiculous. A society that requires ID to speak isn't protecting children. It's regulating citizens. Once anonymity dies, free speech follows. And that's what they actually want to attack. They want to attack your ability to literally speak freely against them. That's really what it is. The elites decided for Thanksgiving to hand you something that you should truly be thankful for, which is them literally liberating you from your First Amendment, okay? They're liberating you from your basic human right of being able to speak and think what you want to, and they don't like that at all, because if you know anything about history, you know that the elites in power fear the citizens more than all. But ChatGPT is also teaming up on this. We've seen this from Apple, from Microsoft, all these different companies taking the initiative in America rather than actually needing to be forced to, like the companies in the UK, or standing up to them like 4chan did. Okay, they're bending the knee like Twitch immediately, except these companies aren't even being required to do this. They are taking the initiative to mine your data. Of course they are. But now ChatGPT is next on the list. Teen safety measures will include age prediction and age verification. So they're gonna go with the old route of predicting your age, like YouTube, so that if your kids, if your kids say too much stuff to the AI, just like on YouTube, if they look up too much, Coco Melon, you're gonna be stuck in Coco Melon jail. Okay, it's ridiculous. We prioritize safety over privacy and freedom for teens. Yeah, of course they do, because they do not want to actually respect your privacy in the slightest. They will betray that any chance that they get. And what do you know? What happened? OpenAI discloses API customer data breach via Mixpanel vendor hack. Are you kidding me? So they literally announced this digital ID system, and just to prove that you should not trust them with your freaking information, it was that they literally got breached by their own AI Mixpanel vendor hack. Okay, it's ridiculous. They literally, sorry, that's me, not you. There were so many people that actually got their information released, and then they tried to say, because it was a third party that was connected to OpenAI that had access to information, that it wasn't actually OpenAI systems that were hacked. It was that other system. Okay, and we all know the truth that yeah, they are not protecting your personal information in the slightest, and to hand it over to them is literally giving them everything that they want. The EU will require people to undergo monthly age verification just for going online. This is exactly what I was talking about. And they're going to do it with biometric scans. They're going to monitor your location, all of your chat history, everything, just so that you can have access to the internet. And they're doing it underneath the guise of protect the kids and to get the bots off the internet. There is a much surefire method of, protecting children. It's called holding parents accountable for letting their children go on the internet in the first place, and not actually punishing every single other citizen for someone not parenting their kids. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's insane. But they will continue to do this until they get what they want. If we do not stand up against this, this is the final straw. This is literally the hill with which to die on, because as soon as they get this passed, as soon as all of this starts taking place, you will never get your freedoms and securities back. You will never get them back. You know what they say. If you give something to government, you are never getting it back. If you allow them to do this, they will continue to find new ways to suppress you even further, and we will be in a dystopian future before you know it, where you literally have to rent everything. You'll have to rent your washer machine, your drying machine, like in Cyberpunk. You'll have to rent your 3D food printer and your water printer, because they simply want you to literally own nothing and to be happy. And everything will be on a subscription basis, and they will have every single private information that you thought was private. Well, it will now be theirs, and it will be exposed and unsecure, just like it is now. The EU and Australia and the UK want all of their internet users doxed and tracked, obviously. EU age verification app and European digital ID wallet. They literally want to monitor your freaking location all the time, your biometric data, your digital ID wallet. Okay, they literally want to do this. They're going to carry out some social credit score system that they're trying to do to copy China, and they're going to step on all of your freedoms to do it. And this is what they thought that they were giving you for Thanksgiving. This is what they thought was you should be so grateful for Thanksgiving, was them liberating you from your human rights. Absolutely insane. But of course, not only will your private messages be scammed, or scanned, but the EU politicians and officials that put this in place, that literally voted for this, these ministers, the elites in power that literally think that we're all some kind of dumb peasants that can't see what's going on, and even if we see it, we can't do anything about it. They literally think that. Well, now, of course, they are literally holding themselves exempt from it. That's right. The EU's new, sorry about that. The EU's new surveillance law proposal conveniently exempts EU officials and politicians from having their own messages scanned. Okay, only your private messages will be scanned. That's right, because their privacy is more important than yours. You can't have the people finding out about them all attending some certain island, can you? No, you can't. You can't have that. Jesus, boys, it is getting dark out there. The sun's getting real low, and we are literally approaching the point of no return. We might have actually have crossed it, and I'm sorry that I'm literally crashing out so hard over this, but literally the elites handing you this for your freaking Thanksgivings and expecting you to be thankful for it, all underneath the guise of protecting the kids. Yeah, dude, I wasn't enjoying a freaking Thanksgiving break from all of this. I was taking time to myself, mentally equipping myself for anything that I might need to do in the future, trying to settle my emotions. And what do I get? I get the elites in power literally just liberating all of us like the heroes, liberating us from all of our own human rights. How insane is that? You guys let me know down below what you think about that. Paper or plastic? Paper being good, plastic being bad, baby. I'm gonna go with plastic. I think it's plastic as fuck. It's plastic through and through. They're basically mannequins. These are not real people. I swear to God, the elites in power and the suits are literally faking every single government official possible at this point. I might be losing my mind. We might be going crazy, boys. But I'm starting to think that they might not want the best for us. I'm starting to think they might not have the best idea in mind of what human rights actually is. Okay, you guys let me know down below what you think. I'm gonna go with plastic on that one. GG's, boys. Peace.